What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 17 of my Total War Warhammer 3 Elspeth von Draken Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, the land ships continued to cause absolute havoc up north, destroying a couple of armies, and poor Malice sort of brought his own men to his doom as they kind of milled around waiting for reinforcements to arrive, and thus were obliterated by Eben Pfeiffer and Gotrek and Felix and Ulrika's army there. Worked out reasonably well for us. I'm hoping that Malice has another more elite army somewhere within his territories, especially considering he seemed to be using his basic first army that his faction started with at this point. I guess he never really lost a fight, which is kind of interesting, but well, he lost one now. Not to worry though, we have plenty more enemies out here as we move our way towards the Dark Elves territories, and hopefully some nice fights there. Anyway, let's see what we gotta do this particular turn. Elspeth von Draken has returned, and thus we will need to begin her retrofits at last. Andreas Meyer, you're going here, and you're bringing those demigryphs to join Mr. Bruckner's army and the Royal Altdorf Graphites, which are still here. Alright, let's transfer you here. This will mean Elspeth will move and will probably not be able to recruit anything for a turn, but that's okay. She can move to burn down the Wood Elves in a few. Royal Altdorf Graphites, both the Knights of the Black Rose, and I'm going to also transfer the Nuln Ironsides and the Silver Bullets and Bruckner to this army. This leaves Elspeth's room for 6 units, which ain't too bad. The 6 units in question, I guess the question is, what are they gonna be? Now, assuming... Okay, well, first of all, we'll definitely want to get her at least one more Hawkland long rifle. I like the distance fire. Can she build them at high ranks here in this particular territory? She can, alright. It's a tier 7 here, just out of curiosity. Is it still tier 7 here as well, despite the presence of the gunnery school? If I can find them in here. There we are. Yeah, it's still tier 7 here. 360, okay, well, the cost is negligible enough so that it doesn't matter. So, build a Hawkland long rifle, which puts us up to 15 out of 20, since she's going all guns. Then, what are we at here in terms of Amethyst units? We are at 4 out of 5, meaning we could build... Okay, the Amethyst Outriders are going for that army. We could build another Ironside, which we will do so right now. I want to figure out what exactly we want to do here, so... one more Ironside. Oh, the cost is just ludicrous in terms of schematics, but anyway. I want Elspeth to have as many of these units as possible. It's her army after all, it's her order, and she deserves it. Now we're at 16 out of 20, it'll be 17 out of 20 if... Wait. How many turns do we need? We need 4 turns to get to this, the Amethyst Armorer. Maybe we can put 2 land ships in here. We could also give her a couple of Amethyst Outriders and 1 land ship. And those units are fairly ridiculous after all. There's potential for it.
Join me
especially if we're going all guns. I did want to get her a couple of steam tanks though. Though of a different variety than we currently have. You know what, let's build her a couple of Hellblasters right now, which we will eventually replace with steam tank Hellblasters. This leaves us 2 spots for either 2 land ships or potentially 2 Outriders. And I'm inclined to say 2 Amethyst land ships. Where else are we going to put multiple Amethyst land ships? Or 1 Amethyst land ship and another one of the Amethyst Ironsides. Oh, speaking of the Amethyst Ironsides, I've been waiting to add this name to you. And Guns and Roses. Like so. Alright. And do apostrophes work in title? Yes, they do. Well done. Well done. Alrighty. So, 2 spaces left, mostly for stuff that is coming out of the... You know what? Here's what we'll do. Cancel you, build 2 land ships temporarily. We'll probably delete them, but, you know, for now we'll hold on to them. I wish they didn't take 2 turns to recruit, but it's better than nothing. And then we'll get the Hellblaster volley guns in here as well, which rounds out her army until we get enough schematics and complete the gunnery school. Andreas Meyer, you will still need additional demigryphs. We have 3 here.
For the Empire.
Was that all? Is that all the bonus demigryphs we had? We've taken all of your demigryphs.
My
I could have sworn we had more. I think I might have deleted them, though. Alright, fine. You need at least one more demigryph with halberds, maybe a couple demigryphs with... Okay, wait. We also should have Knights of Morr available now. Yes, we do. Knights of Morr, definitely. Knights of Morr together with the Knights of the Black Rose are gonna look pretty darn sweet on the battlefield there. And, well, we'll want at least one more, but it'll be what? How many turns? Yeah, 3 turns, not so bad. Alrighty, and then at least a couple more Knights of the Black Rose. I'm not entirely sure how many, but we'll still want a little bit more of a demigryph focus there. We'll want a couple of demigryphs with the lances. I don't really use them, generally speaking, compared to the demigryphs with halberds, simply because usually when you're bringing demigryphs, you're using the halberds to kill off large units that your regular cav can't deal with, so not as good in that regard, but it's fine. And I forgot how many more Knights of the Black Rose, but we only have room to build 2 anyway, so that's what we'll do. Alright. Lots of recruitment happening, but this army should be on its feet fairly quickly. Now, we will want some Empire captains in here because they have cavalry reductions and possibly buffs. I don't actually remember if they have buffs or not. Do we have any captains here? No. Captains. Captain. Perceptive, Tactician, and Fleet-Foot. You are all awful, awful captains. I guess we could take the Tactician. You goodbye. Bruckner wants a few tacticians. Oh, and we'll need a mage in the army as well. I hesitate to overuse Jade Wizards, but it's probably still better to use a Jade Wizard here. And just because demigryphs have low unit counts and it's better to occasionally heal them off. Probably the way to do it. And besides, the only mage we currently don't have on the entire team is a Celestial Mage. A Celestial Wizard, because the Light Mages in this army, we have Fire Army, we have Jade Wizard, okay, there's technically no Grey Wizard as yet, but Ulrika is one. Well, obviously Elspeth is an Amethyst Wizard, and Golden Amber Wizards are in the Flagellant army, so that all works. Let's get the Tactician for now, and we'll probably see if we can't recruit another. Did I not delete you? Oh no, you're the Jade guy. Alright, a little bit of admin as we build the armies. Just out of curiosity, oh, all this does for cavalry is give you charge bonus and a little bit of speed. It's not so bad, I guess. I mean, we gotta use the Empire Captain somewhere. And, oh, right, you can go on to Imperial Pegasi. Wait, Bruckner. I may have an idea for you. Okay, you can't recruit them this turn, but Kuran, just out of curiosity, do we have Hippogriffs? Royal Pegasus Knights? No, I'm looking for you. Royal Hippogriffs. The hippos. It would be nice if you were at war with somebody close to us, but it looks like you're not, as it would make the Hippogriff Knights cheaper. Do you have access to them? Considering your capital is a tier 3, it's looking like you don't. Alright, I guess we may want to forgo the Hippogriffs in favor of the... In favor of the Pegasus. I mean, I guess he is riding an Imperial Pegasus, which would make more sense with Pegasus Knights rather than the Hippogriff Knights. One of the reasons I wanted Hippogriff Knights was because of the Demigryph's presence, and we all know the rivalry between Imperial Griffins and Bretonnian Hippogriffs. Griffins are superior, there I said it, and you can't, you can't argue otherwise. But anyway, Zintler, Deconstructor Zintler, the other Zintler. Technically, you were the original Zintler, but Land Admiral Zintler's been having a lot of the spotlight lately. Anyway, you're going north to help out with all of the chaos going on up there. And we'll get back to recruiting more units soon. Boris von Sighofen, our flagellant army with just obnoxious numbers of heroes. You're still waiting for your Knights of the Everlasting Light and possibly a Luminarch, though once again, I don't know where I'm going to get you a Luminarch, but I still think it'll be nice in here. Huh. If we take away one of these captains, we could do it. Or we could take away one of the warrior priests. Nah, but the warrior priests belong with the flagellants. I guess we don't really need 2 captains in here, do we? Alright, what are you? Determined? I don't like that. What are you? Cunning? Huh. Well, the cunning actually would probably be quite helpful for the flagellants, though on the other hand, you probably wouldn't be... Well, either way, we can't separate you this turn, but yeah, I might separate one of these guys off and then allow space for a Luminarch. I just feel like 6 flagellants would be too few for the flagellant army, and we have... Yeah, we want to keep 7, you being replaced by Knights of the Everlasting Light. combining with Luminarch. Anyway, like I said last episode, I enjoy the army theory crafting a lot. There's a few more armies I'd love to try out and send out in expeditions. Speaking of armies, Carl, you are missing a Karlberg Greatsword, which you're getting in a few turns, but I guess... Well, I was returning you here, but now you kind of... Well, in a few turns we will have access to the final steam tanks, which means we can build them for you. You know what, fine. Slowly move this way in channeling stance so you can be maxed out by the time you sally out. If all these armies aren't moving for a few turns, that's fine, because it'll mean that we can go through the turns relatively quickly, complete the gunnery school, and everything else. All of you heroes are waiting around to join your army. I forgot who Gustav Ottlerman was. You're a tough witch hunter. Is this even our witch hunter? Who are you? I have no idea. I mean, tough isn't bad. I would prefer cunning, though. Return to our territory for now. I think this might have been one of the Marienburgers guys. Not 100% on it, but who knows. Anyway, the rest of you are gonna have to sit still, but not you, sir. Ben von Soterhofen, you have to join Land Admiral Zintler, though I'm still hesitant as to which of the war wagons we remove. I guess we remove one of each. One will be replaced by a Thunder Barge, which I'm sure will be obnoxiously expensive, and the other one to be replaced by the Engineer. Just wish we had more space for more war wagons as support. I've been really enjoying them as part of this army, even though they are obviously vastly inferior to the tanks and the land ships. Anyway, that's it for that. We have two things to do. Three things. First of all, tech. Do we want Bordermen and Noble Sons Abroad? I mean, there's potential for them, but I'm not sure that we have the money for them right now. I'm really into the Amethyst Armorer thing, though, so I think we'll do that. I did complete the steam tank thing. Yes, I did. And we want that aura protection for the Luminarchs as well. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we want, let's face it. But, ooh, range for artillery. Yeah. Alright, we just gotta keep building gunsmiths so that we... Oh, there's also colonial factors for the income from trade tariffs. Damn it. Oh, so much good stuff. So much good stuff. It's not that we need this, it's just that I want it. Purchase cost -25 for Amethyst artillery charges. I was hoping that would be a schematic purchase cost for the gunnery school. Alright, there's also some decent stuff in the cavalry tree. Nonetheless, go for Amethyst armor. Just do it. Just do it. The gunsmiths, as they get constructed, will hopefully reduce the cost of everything. Next up. You know what, fine. Angren, that's gonna piss off the Wood Elves, but I'm gonna do the non-aggression pact with you. -45. We'll see what this does. Who this will piss off. We are currently defensive alliance with Arguelon. Oh! I never did the defensive alliance with Talzin, did I? Okay, they're gonna be pissy about this, aren't they? I don't hate it so much. -14. Yeah, the problem here is that they're not at war with anybody. The thing is, we've gotten Durthu now to engage in a war with all the enemies, which is great, because there's no way he's declaring war on Angren this way. These two are isolationists, and they're unlikely to take any actions themselves, Vidrioth and Valzandal. King's Glade, however, is a different story, and they do like to fight. Can we get you to declare war on somebody? How about Shadow Legion? -2.5 for 13k? No, it's a little bit steep. Is there anybody you hate? How about Cult of Pleasure? -12? Okay. Hagrief? 14. 2.5 Shadow Legion is the most likely, but at 13k, I kind of don't think so. Disciples of Hashut? No. What about Exiles of Khorne? Yeah, alright, that is not looking super likely. We could potentially maybe get a territory to trade to them. Oh, right, I was gonna try to figure out the whole Bastan and Montfort thing. Again, Bastan is worth how much to you? Just out of curiosity. I really don't want this to fail. Alright, Bastan is worth 57, and Montfort is worth 137, eh? Okay, I guess we just trade it right now and just hope that it works, and if it doesn't, I give up. It's not a big enough deal, it's just that I want Bordelot, it's just... yeah. Oh, right, wait. Castle Artois, just out of curiosity. I'm 23. Reasonably easily tradable. We could try to get them to give us Castle Artois for Bastan. Would that do anything for us? It's not like they're really using it for anything, it's tier 1. And yes, I know that's taking away their territory, but we can then trade Artois for Mousillon, and then trade it back to these guys. This is so dumb. Yeah, fine. Just do it. Just do it. Artois for Beston. Like so. And all your money. Oh, you have no money. Okay, fine. And your war declaration against Cult of Pleasure. I wasn't the only one. Okay, fine. Cult of Pleasure and Shadow Legion. You're already at war with the Shadow Legion, alright. How about Nagaron? It actually makes sense for the Bretonnians to be at war with all the Dark Elves. Drowned, I think you can hold off on. We can do Exiles and Disciples and Poxmakers. Eh, why not? Keep them at war with our enemies as well. Make them nice and friendly, or stay friendly. Do this. Then, now that that's done, that should have, in theory, risen the price of Montfort. Montfort is now worth 152, whereas Bordelot is worth... Yes, it worked. I'm kind of shocked, but pleasantly so. There we go. And just like that, we have Bordelot. All it cost us was a few territories we didn't really want all that much in the first place. Alright, and that gives us the Morceau Valley vineyards, but much more importantly, the Bordelot Harbor with the trade tariff income and the tradable resources produced. Damn, I wanted to see how much that rose our income, but I'm willing to bet it was at least 1,000 gold. Should be pretty nice. Now, it would be nice to have the entire province. What do you want for Aquitaine? Aquitaine? 22, but there's nothing we can trade you for it, If we could get... Wait, let me just think about this. If we could get Quenelle from these guys, we might be able to give you guys Quenelle for Aquitaine. Unless Quenelle isn't actually worth anything to you, and that I'm not entirely sure about. Artois we also don't necessarily need, which we... How much is massive... Ooh, wait. Wait. If we trade Quenelle... Okay, wait, I have an idea. I have a good idea. I have a potentially good idea. Alright, just gather my thoughts here. If we trade Castle Artois for Quenelle, would you do that? Castle Artois, 19 for Quenelle. No, you won't. Damn. Okay, no, never mind, that didn't work. Okay. Well, there goes my potentially good idea. I did say potentially. I was really hoping that by virtue of being capital, it would be worth more here. How do we get Aquitaine from you? There's really nothing else that we could give you. What I wanted to do was give them massive Warcal in addition. And we could trade these guys massive Warcal. It's worth quite a lot. The reason I wanted to give massive Warcal to Tulzen was because we could get the defensive alliance with them and have them declare war on 1 million factions as well, which could potentially keep them happy with Angren. Anyway, I think the rest of this can wait, or I can figure it out between the episodes rather than waste time on screen doing it. We got Bordelot, which is the thing that we wanted, and that was the main issue here. Let's do building. Let's go to next turn. Let's look for more battles and recruit more stuff into our fledgling armies. Gunsmiths everywhere for the research rate. Please, those have to take priority. 6k for you, damn. You expensive. You very expensive. Paved roads, of course, and I think the rest of that is irrelevant, so we can hold off on you. Southern Sylvania, yes to the gunsmiths. All that research rate. It's not much research rate, I will grant, but, you know, it's enough for our purposes right now. And what was the last thing I wanted to build? A Drakenhof. We have basically everything here. We can just build one of these. I mean, if we have a tendency to use it as a military territory, that does make sense. Northern Sylvania, more gunsmiths. Yes, good. And, okay, we need to preserve a little bit... Okay, never mind. I'm just going to build the gunsmiths. I was about to say, we need to preserve a little bit of our cash for our new territories, just in case there's moneymakers like the Clothier available to be built. Need to keep an eye on those. Marienburg, you are missing that, though you need growth. You need rapid growth. Ah, you're running out of money. Maybe I shouldn't have built so many gunsmiths. You know what? I'm going to cancel the tier 4, the tier 5 gunsmiths in everywhere but Nuln. I mean, we're not building one at Nuln, but yeah, it's more important that we build more money buildings first, and then... We don't actually get a crazy amount of value from the regular gunsmiths anyway. Arnau, you actually need defenses. Gorcel, you probably also will, but I think we'll forego it in favor of growth, at least for now. And we'll switch it out later. What do we have here? Yes, Argalis definitely get the money. Irana Mountains, Montenas, we should upgrade you. Expensive though you are, no money here. Blackstone, Poston. Huh. Wait, did I not trade them Grung Zint? I was gonna trade them Grung Zint. Huh. I thought I had, and then apparently I forgot to do so. Well, damn. Alright, I'm gonna have to figure that out as well. Oh, that's why. Minus 110. The only way to do that was to trade the Montfort for it. And Bordelot, let's face it, is worth way, way more than Grung Zint. I guess if we were to keep Castle Artois for a while and then upgrade it to a high level, it would most likely be worth quite a bit to these guys. And then we could probably get Grung Zint. This way we'd have all of this territory and they'd have all this territory. Yeah, I'll deal with that between the episodes, though. I should really stop looking at the territories there. It just bothers me, damn it. It doesn't really do anything for us, it just bothers me. Conquata, are you able to collect income? No, I mean you are, but it's not worth anything. Barrows Aquila, we're gonna trade Estalia. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff to upgrade here. Spices and iron first. Maybe I should have gone for growth, but we do have 3 ports here, and this is going to be our biggest, or one of our biggest money-making provinces. Galbaraz and Stormhenge, you're going to our Dwarfen allies shortly. I just want to make sure that we're still in war with territory near them, simply because that means we can get cheaper stuff. Blackrock, oh right, this territory, while terrible, by virtue of it being a red territory, has wood and tusks and obsidian in it. And it makes me tempted to keep it, but we probably won't. Honestly, we have enough territory, let's face it. Don't collect the income at Castle Artois. On Bordelot, we will upgrade as we need it. Erengrad up to next level. Claypit and Clothier. Finally time for you to start pulling your weight, rather than just being us investing in you. And I believe that's it for what we need to build this very turn. I mean, I guess we could upgrade the wall at Lucchini, but I'd rather save the money because we got a lot more recruitment of demigriffs and other crazy nonsense to do next turn. And I also wanted to put a couple land ships in here. Gotta make sure we have room, but anyway. Skip, and turn. Gotta get a battle going after all that admin. I mean, to be fair, we did just confederate. Yeah, we always have extra admin after confederations. Granted, it was only Marienburg, so it didn't add a lot of territory, but you gotta stay with tradition. Cetra, what you want? Military access. Strength rank 5. He used to be strength rank 2. It looks like the war against Kairos isn't going super well, eh? Interesting. I mean, I guess it'll depend on whether we actually end up fighting him or just destroy Chaos. I'm gonna say no for now. I don't really care, to be perfectly frank. The thing is, they might get into a war with Karazakarak, and if they do, then we have to join Karazakarak's side. So, for now, I'm gonna say no. It's not like Cetra will ever hate us because he likes big empire builders slash powerful factions, and we're certainly a pretty powerful faction. Another caravan arrives, somebody's ready for duty, mission begun. Good. Alrighty, now, where be the fights? There's certainly something to be said for this one outside the Fortress of the Damned. Lots and lots of enemies. I bet Sigvald wouldn't run from this. Serena Katrin's still floating around, and I don't see Admiral Leech anymore. Did Serena Katrin defeat his army? Maybe that's why she's damaged. Big if true. Eben, go to Cliff of the Beasts, or Beasts in general. You won't be able to sack it, but you will be able to loot and occupy. And I will also trade some of this stuff between the episodes as well. Out of resolve. And loot and occupy.
Let the troops have their spoil.
Alright, Amber Trans, Eternal Lagoon, blah 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 blah. Faction encountered Oracles of Tzeentch. At last they've been encountered. That means... I actually figured that that would mean that they took a territory. The thing is, once they declare war on us, they may sail up here. Which is kind of a concern, but that's why we need to build a Garden of Morr at Sartosa to instantly, and probably here, either at Magritta or Anuja as well. Well, either way. Elspeth, you need to keep recruiting. Lad and Admiral Zintler, let's get you fighting, shall we? You're gonna go right here.
Make way for the
And, oh,
Imperial
damn.
fleet.
Forgot that there was an island there. Can you still reach where we wanted you to reach, Power of Rage? Yeah, looks like you can. Just barely. Maybe. Possibly. Can't quite tell. Alright, Mathland's Blessing. Now you have both Mathland's Blessing and the Curse of Cannibalism. This makes this army already ridiculous army. So much more ridiculous. Let's get you a point. You have all the good stuff here, don't you? Mark of Fish, probably not super necessary. Spears, Taste for Battle, Honest Steel, Imperial Gunnery. None of this. Well, actually, technically speaking, Imperial Gunnery buffs the War Wagon Mortars, whereas Pistol Core buffs the regular Morr Wagons. Yeah, Imperial Gunnery.
Rearm and remodel.
And then you just reached level 20, you already have extra powder. Don't really care about the missile resistance on you. Frankly, I don't really care about gun sight either, but might as well move through it. It gives you range and fairly significant amounts of damage. You are not at war with anyone. Well, isn't that curious? Oh. You know what we really should do? We really should take Serpent Jetty here so that these guys aren't able to... It's so tempting. We can always sail back. You know what? No, I want to fight this. We can't land here by the looks of it, but we will try. See if you can do it. Declare war.
Do not test me.
No, don't join war. Declare war.
This handsome
Kairaz, help now.
well, absolutely not. Grand
Go here, see if you can't reach Sigvald. And if you can't, you can reach him. Yeah, it looks like you can. You can reach him next turn. Yeah, that was my bad about forgetting the island. I got so excited. Who knows? Maybe they'll sally out and attack us with both armies. Engineer. Oh, actually able to join this army. I guess we'll get rid of the most or the least leveled up War Wagon Mortar, and then we'll get rid of you in favor of the Thunder Barge next. Like so, and like so. Increase mobility. But actually increase damage. We're at 1.1k missile strength on the Wonder of the Age. This will increase it to 1.2k. It should be enough to offset the loss of a mortar, as in the increased damage to all of the units from the advent of an additional engineer. Though, I have been thinking about putting into this guy's army we have like a set of items that we should be using, sort of. And that's on one of Elspeth's engineers, but we should give it to a lord, I think. But anyway, for now, we got... Okay, well, skip the recruitment for a second. Do we have a potential fight? Unless we don't. Alright, it's gonna be a little bit of admin again. Until we get to him. Although in a couple of episodes ago, some of you guys did say you did enjoy the admin, so... Here, have all the admin in the world. You need to get the Knights of the Everlasting Light, which you won't be able to outside of our own territory, meaning we either take territory here from the Legion of Asgore while traveling to the Silver Pinnacle, or we take a couple of turns to sit here and channel outside of Nagenhof. Can we build Luminarchs here? We would be able to in 7 turns, funnily enough, but I think for the Luminarch in particular, we'll ferry it over rather than do that. Meyer and you. Okay, wait. We need to check out our heroes first. Engineer, no, not Master Builder, Witch Hunter. Damn, another strong, another aggressive. It's not bad. I'm gonna keep an eye out on getting a second cunning one for the poison. You are building additional demigryphs, which is fine, minus the issue of the fact that we need to continue recruiting. Meyer, go here in... Huh? What do you mean you can't reach it? What the heck? Are these guys blocking you, or are you just not able to travel that far? I guess it doesn't really matter. Go here and take the Knights of the Black Rose.
For the Empire.
See if I can do this right. Take the Knights of the Black Rose, and you'll obviously take those guys as well, but transfer back the Silver Bullets and the Nuln Ironsides. Like so. Then, we got this Empire Captain Tactician. Imperial Pegasus. Alright, go here.
Work to do.
To join Bruckner, and we're obviously not going to have a Master Engineer lead them. We need to have a Lord lead them. I just don't remember which Lord it was. We'll figure that out in a bit. We need the... Mage in there. What are you? You're the Light Wizard. You're supposed to be in this army. which is once again kind of out of space. I was hoping to recruit more stuff here at the same time, but I guess that ain't gonna happen, at least not this turn. Yeah, that's fine.
I serve no master.
Frankly, I'd rather this army sort of be ready to move very shortly anyway. And we'll have to we'll actually have to transfer, you know what? Take the non-Ironsides back, sorry. Otherwise we don't have room for it. You need 2 Amethyst Outriders. And let's see. We're having regular artillery pieces here because they provide the monstrous impact and suppression. These 2 need to be replaced by something. I was thinking a couple of regular war wagons because they have the same sort of disoriented thing that these guys do. And they have restock as well. Oh, but we also need engineers in this army, don't we? That we do. And we have a lot of engineers out here. And I don't remember which one you were gonna get. So, you have Mechanist. Well, we could pop the Mechanist in there. You could reduce the upkeep for the artillery pieces. That's certainly a possibility. What do you have? You have Disciplined. That works as well. And what do you have? You have Hawkland Scopes. You're going into a different army. A very different army indeed. Alright, and... Are you another engineer? What do you have? Oh, you have Strong. I mean... You're all fine, I guess. Alright, you 2 stay here for different armies. Andreas, you stay here as well. And you are recruiting for 1 more turn before moving out there, Elspeth. At least until we unlock the Amethyst stuff. And, ooh, speaking of, Nuln Gunnery School and the final tier of the Engineers Guild Hall. There we go. And just 6 turns until we got everything we want. And at the same time, we can build the paved roads here. And... probably something else we could use. We could build the Wizard's Tower for the Luminarchs, potentially. Don't really need the coaching in. Unless this gives us a slight recruitment cost reduction, admittedly. Man, that costs a lot of money, didn't it? Not gonna be able to build much more stuff. Nonetheless, I think... Oh. Wait, are we able to... No, we're able to build all of these guys here. Because we have this, meaning... Yeah, we're gonna build... Wizard's Conclave. There we go. Perfect. Alright, and you know what I should have been doing? I should have had you off of Council of Burgomeisters and into State Troop Levy for the recruitment cost reduction and the local recruitment capacity. And frankly, I don't actually need the construction cost reduction here all that much anymore since the 2 most expensive things have just been constructed. Anyway, let's keep going. Deconstructor Zintler, you are well on the way as well. And you know what? Let's have you take the Serpent Jetty since Land Admiral is moving out here. There's a shipwreck right there, so... okay, would you... Dude, stop that. Go right there. Then we'll grab that shipwreck and then move on to Serpent Jetty, and then possibly to the Monolith of Catan, depending on what Serena Catrin is getting up to. And then in... I don't remember how many turns we'll complete the army with the stuff that we're missing. Alright, anybody else? Carl, you were here to wait as well. Mostly because I don't want to ferry stuff to you because it's too far. Control and growth. Yeah, stay in Altdorf. Stay here. All of you stay here. Channel recruit until you're ready to go your separate ways. Into big ol' new stacks or big ol' expeditions, whatever. Next. We've got a few buildings to build, I'm sure, like this Imperial Harbor, like this Vintner, and... we do want defenses here, but I think we really need to prioritize growth, even over gold, because this place will grow slowly. I mean, look at River Brienne. I'm almost tempted to delete the Morceau Valley vineyards, but it does have 30 growth. It's something. We really need Aquitaine for that additional growth, but that's a future Ruinous problem. Anyway, I think that's it for this turn again. Assuming there's no diplomacy, and there probably is a little bit. Forgo that. We're about to lose a lot of money with all the new additions to our army as well. Golden Order, you want to trade? Go for it. Let's trade. Let's do defensive odds. I would like to see what they're doing. What's going on out here? How's Guilty? He's actually doing fairly decently in fighting with, by the looks of it, the Gold Tooth, though he is kind of surrounded by the Blessed Dread. The Blessed Dread aren't really attacking him. Most likely... oh, wow. Wait, the Blessed Dread have destroyed the Skaven? Oh, I've never seen that. I have never seen that happen before. They're... Huh, that's curious. They're usually allies because they're both enemies with the factions that are around there. Interesting. I love it when the metagame sort of changes up on, like, on the overworld on the map. Anyway. Ah, damn, there was a commandment available. Probably up here. We don't need it, but... Oh, wow, look at that. Host Festag, at least for a few turns while we hold on to this one territory before we move away and trade it. Next we can end the turn and hope that Siggy doesn't run so we can give him a nice fight. We're going to have to manually tell Thorgrim to take Ekrond, aren't we? Since he sacked it twice rather than taking it. I kind of regret sending Elspeth away rather than having her do it manually, since clearly we can't trust our allies to do it. Escape, no dialogue, non-aggression. No, at least not for now. I just want either Thorgrim or the Court of Libaros to win, and then we'll be good. What is this? Migration gives us a control reduction. No, I'd love the extra growth, I would, but because we have a negative confederation thing, be gone. Faction destroyed, Heralds of Ariel. Well, that's unfortunate. We were trading with them, so we would have been getting in a little bit of cash. And you coward, Sigvald, you absolute coward. You abandoned a defensive position with decent stuff with 2 stacks, rather than fight the Land Admiral. What a coward. Alright, that's fine, because we're on the way to Laurelorn Forest, which we're going to burn down with Elspeth. Gotta do what you gotta do. Elspeth, away. Assuming you don't need to trade anything else, and I'm just going to assume that that is indeed the case. Go, 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 go. Alrighty. Frankly, the additional Amethyst unit capacity may not be super necessary right now. I'm going to actually swap that out to Colonial Factors for the additional cash. Also, I haven't taken a look at this. Oh, Allied recruitment cost reduction. You know what? Once Thunderbarges come available, we'll need to get that. Frankly, I should have gotten that earlier. Diplomatic relations, Bretonia is fine, recruitment rank is fine, but it's probably not worth taking the time to research it at the current time. We've got better upgrades, so yeah, start with Colonial Factors. We'll get the Amethyst Armor, it's just that right now we don't have the ability to build the things that we want Elspeth to have anyway, which means we can wait. Replace these with tanks, replace these with Amethyst Landships. And we'll be good. Maybe replace the other Great Cannon with yet another Amethyst Ironside. Or an Amethyst Outrider, just because they're awesome. I don't want to over-rely on them, but anyway. You, sir. The Slowdown Army. Are we missing anything? What are we missing? So you have Disoriented, and you have Disoriented. You have Suppressed, and then you have Dazed. And then you have Frostbite, and then a couple of you have Poison. Okay, well, I just want to double check again for Witch Hunter with Cunning. No. Strategist, up and down. You get deleted, sir. Just taking a look at these. Ooh, an Empire Captain with Disciplined. I don't know which army you're going into, but we're gonna get you on the field right now. Probably the Cav army. Buff them up more. Disfiguring Scar. Huh, I hadn't seen one on one of these guys yet. Interesting. Alright, the rest of these I think we can hold off on. You, are you ready to go now? Well, keep the Hawkland scopes. It won't be... wait, is this... how many units does this apply to? Basically... just the Cav and the... not the war wagons and mortars. It's only these types of war wagons. But it's fine. We have another one of these guys, so I'm not super concerned. And what we do need to do is trade the Demigryph Knights away to Aldebrand. No. To Andreas. Demigryphs, like so. Then, you are missing 2 troops, which are the engineers. Assuming that there are no other engineers that we need to put in your army, and we will take Engineer 1, who... don't they have like a cold bullet available to them as well? You have melee... do you? Increase mobility. And either one of these, right? Strong versus Mechanist. Let's go Mechanist, why not?
A trifling errand.
Alright, not so bad. This army is ready to go now. Where do we send them? Well, we've already sent one army to the Darklands, but you know what? There's a lot of stuff going on in the Darklands. I mean, nobody that's our ally has taken care of them yet, so I think we'll send them this way as well. Though I'm not so sure how well the slowdown army will function against the Chaos Dwarfs. I think against Orcs it would be particularly nice. So, go this way. Alright, another army on the way. Andreas, you're going to take the spot at Nuln, and you're going to get to recruiting. You have one Empire Captain. Let's give you the other. Oh, well, let's give you the other afterwards. Together with the Life Mage, not so much of these guys. Might give you a Warrior Priest, but there's also not necessarily a need. What are you missing now? You're missing one Demigryph. Knight with Halberds, and we are missing one Knights of Morr. We don't need the Nuln Ironsides or the Silver Bullets, but they're going to go into a different army, which we can get running shortly. I would like you to have... let's build you 3 land ships at once. I kind of want to be able to separate the army essentially into 3 blobs. One each with a land ship, and one each with a captain. A Bruckner and 2 captains, plus the Lord, of course, but yeah. I like the idea of the land ships sort of moving together and providing support for the various knight units. Plus, it'll look cool. I'm really loving the land ships. Anyway, Land Admiral Zintler. I guess you're going to land here. That's what a Land Admiral does. And... I'm wondering, what's the likelihood that if we besiege this, that they actually attack us? Considering they both ran pretty low, right? On the other hand, if we auto-resolve this, maybe we take sufficient damage that they actually try to fight us. Yeah, let's risk it. Auto-resolve, this will have the HP on some of our war wagons. Maybe Siggy will be like, ooh, opportunity, and attempt this. Loot and occupy, I guess, since we're not taking it. And I assume it's still breached, which means hopefully they don't try to siege us. We will, however, level up in case this sort of bait works out. Imperial gunnery, please, for the limited war wagons. Ooh, and while we're here, I would also like to check on Karazakorek. Do we have thunder barges yet? No. What about Masters of Innovation? No, in fact, you don't even have gyro bombers. What about you, Karakadrin? You're supposed to be the ones that get it first. Still no barges, and Zufbar. All the dwarfen allies. I say another reason to ally with Clan Angren to potentially get thunder barges from them. I really just want to force with both thunder barges and sky junks from the Cathians together. It would be lovely. Anyway, Eben Pfeiffer, you gotta keep moving out here. You can't reach the Twisted Towers in this turn by the looks of it. Which means I guess we're gonna slowly move that way. Sigmar guides us forth. And in Camp Stance, go out here to... enemy territory doesn't really matter. Who knows? We might run into an army. Nightshade. Huh. Now, this is a common name in the name generator. I remember that name being used in previous campaigns with the Dark Elves. Anyway, you grab this shipwreck and explore the island, and this is obviously not worth fighting. Wow, that hurt our Knights of the... really hurt those Knights of the Blazing Sun. It's a decent amount of healing. Ugh. I wanted to take the schematics, but I think we have to heal. And the reason we have to heal is because we're not healing at sea here. And what do we get? Is it money? It's money, alright. Well, materials at sea would have been lovely. Can't always have them. Anyway, March stance, so we're gonna land at Serpent Jetty and we can heal up there. Also gotta do your items, but right now it's obviously not super critical. Huh. Is Valkia moving towards Malice? Well, we'll be getting into fights with her soon. See how the forces of Khorne fare against the land ships. Boris, you can sit where you are for... what, one more turn? How long until the Knights of the Everlasting Light? Yeah, one more turn and then you move. Ooh, and one more turn to the Karlberg Greatswords. Good for Karl. And one more turn until the Knights of Morr. Good for Karl. Wait, no, good for Bruckner. Anyway, Karl, you don't need to do anything. The rest of you are good, which means we quickly build buildings and then we go again. Start from the bottom now. Conquata, I would really love to upgrade all of your stuff, but you're so ludicrously expensive. Just, yeah, let's upgrade Conquata itself, but not these little tiny territories. We have enough armies nearby that I'm hoping that if something happens over there, we could just defend them. Estalia, definitely upgrade Magritta, definitely the Iron Mine, and definitely the Clothier. Galbaraz, you are nearly ready for your rebellion, which means... Okay, you know what? You know what? Just take it. I can't. I can't. We're gonna set Bruckner down here to help out and to kill a bunch of stuff, but, nah. Fortress of the Damned will be probably rebelling, but we can transfer it away. Griffinwood, we don't care about. Misty Hills, yes to the Clothier. Wrecker's Point. How many more turns of Confederation? 2. Well, hopefully we get another. Blackstone Post, let's upgrade you for 4.8k. Oof. It's steep. It's steep, but our recruitment is going up a pace, so we're fine. Clothier and Pottery Maker at Erengrad, obviously more money. Salzenmund, we could get the next tier of Engineers Workshop, just not the final tier because it's too expensive. Myrmidons, ready for another city upgrade, lovely. Another Clothier here, and then... Lucchini will forgo the defenses upgrade for you right now. Sorry, but I think you'll live without them just fine for a little bit. More Clothiers at Marienburg and Die Maker as well. Every turn that we get these upgrades is another turn that we get more money out of everything, so that's just fine. And I believe that's it. We'll hold on to the rest of the... Oh, well, there's basically no cash to hold on to. Diplo again. Ironbrow, Avalorn, not ready for a non-aggression pact, eh? Just Ironbrow wants to trade. They're down to 2 settlements, though. And by the looks of it, we can ignore them. They'll never be able to take up to Iron Barges. Thunder... Oh, no, I'm gonna have to call one the Iron Barge. They'll never be able to take up to them because they're too badly damaged. Anyway, I believe we're good. Skip, and turn. Oh, I forgot about you, Mr. Gustav. Oh, I hope I didn't forget to mill a Witch Hunter. I really want the Cunning one for that army. It's such a nice way to acquire poison. I'm a little bit disappointed that the engineers don't seem to have the ability to get the cunning trait, which you would think there might be some cunning engineers out there. Thorek, sorry, bud. You need to not be getting destroyed. War plunder, income from sacking, war fervor. We're not really sacking anything, but... I mean, we might up north in theory. Yeah, fine. Go for its war plunder. Recruitment cost -5, construction costs a reduction, ally mobilizes. Oh, now that we've told them to take it, they're willing to take it. You little... See, and now we probably have to tell them to take Granti Mingol because they won't take it without our intervention. Or without us telling them to, I mean. But what can you do? Anyway, how close are we to Laurelorn? We're definitely fighting it this episode, especially after all this running around. Laurelorn, one more turn by the looks of it. We can pass freely. This is Middenheim, which is now our territory. Also, was it tier 5? Yeah, it's tier 5 for the Great Temple. We also would like the Chapter House of the Blazing Sun, but that's in a bit, and ooh. Alright. These guys certainly have a decent amount of units there. Might be fun for Elspeth. Land Admiral Zintler. Siggy still runs. He'll run either way. This will force us to cross and then suffer attrition, but I mean, what are we supposed to do? Just have to go after him, right? Not like we can escape that. This does allow you to cross, which is nice, but see where he runs after this. And Deconstructor Zintler, you're gonna go to Serpent Jetty. And grab that, and yeah, the armies are converging. They will move there together, I guess. Oh, you've landed. Nice. What the heck is this defense? How to resolve this? We'll give that to our Kislefied friends. Just occupy, don't even bother looting it. Don't collect the income either. Alright, who is up next? Eben, you are going to sack the Twisted Towers, which should be worth something. Not really 4k, but something. Auto resolve. And sack, and move back in. Just keeping the Empire safe. Occupy. Alrighty, and just in case nothing here is rebelling over the next turn, we will trade it, but they are... And we'll trade it after. Alright, next up. You, sir. Assuming that there is no Cunning Witch Hunter. Confident. Strong. Aggressive. I don't like aggressive. We'll delete you. Keep on moving. You've got places to be. Now, we can complete some things. You can delete one of your flagellants, and we will get a Knight of the Everlasting Light in here. Yes, this nearly completes the army. Just gotta put the Luminarch instead of one of the captains. Either way, it's time for you to cross and then start fighting with the Legion of Asgore. Nice. Then, this gives Karl his last Karlberg Greatsword. Well, not last, he actually would want to fill out all of these with Karlberg Greatswords eventually, but it'll take a little bit of time before they do. I love the fact that they're unbreakable. I'll definitely need to hold the tide while the Reiksguard and do their work. These need to be replaced by tanks, and that'll happen in 3 turns? Alright, well, until we can recruit them. You're still recruiting and in pretty good shape, but since the Lion Ship's taken another turn, we can hold off on doing anything with you. Karl, Sit Still, Channel, and the rest of the heroes, I believe, as well. And Gustav, keep moving on. I'm not actually sure it's worth paying for you, but who knows? Might put you into an army. Frankly, I doubt it, because we don't really need the Witch Hunters in any army right now, but who knows. Anyway, trade goods, just Ironbrows still, military access, no.
Great. Yes.
No, and I believe the Confederation will be gone next turn, so who knows, possibly another Confederation. It's a distinct possibility. Buildings again, eh? Or do we skip the building? You know what, let's skip the buildings for a turn. We'll do it next turn. It's fine. This way we can save on a little bit of time. And besides, we gotta get to Laurelorn and have that battle there, but that won't be a cinematic battle because it's Elspeth, so we won't end the episode until we find 2 battles. The Laurelorn plus another one. Please take it. Did you sack it again? No, okay, they took it. Good. So I take it that did actually cost us allegiance. Ally occupies settlement, ready for duty, technology researched, yes, more money. Ah, the Shardlands are ready for rebellion now. And that's the Fortress of the Damned, which we don't really care about, but we also can't trade, and I also don't know where Siggy went. Well, that's rude. If we sit here, wait, if we sit in range of it, what happens?
By my calculation...
Okay, we're good. If we sit inside the territory, I believe the rebellion won't happen, but you can wait here for a turn. You can proceed to the Monolith of Catan, I guess by sea. Probably by sea.
Forge ahead.
You're at full HP anyway. And this will be traded to the Kislevites. Kislevites are moving here as well. And then we can land at the Fetid Catacombs and, ooh, maybe get you the defeat trade for Malice as well. Fire Army could certainly use it. Elspeth, it's time.
Amethyst Mage.
It is time. I will still try to make it a cinematic battle, but, well, as we've seen. A reassuring presence for you. As we've seen, it kind of doesn't work here. You... Oh... I was thinking about doing another thing. There was a Hawkland Scopes guy here, wasn't there? And we could actually swap him out with Elspeth's guy to give more Hawkland Scopes to more units. Although considering the amount of artillery she has, it wouldn't apply to as many units as you would think. Even though it would power up the Amethyst Ironsides even further, which is great. I'll think about it. Either way, Laurelorn, I'm sorry, but I'm not really. Declare war. Don't call allies.
No, just no.
Well, let's see if this can be cinematicized. Then if it can't, it can't. Wait. What level are you? 44. What level are you? 34. Okay, you're both fine. I just wanted to see whether we needed levels for him. Go. Don't run. Don't run. Okay, good. Close victory, we'll see about that. Yes, the Everwood route, which was previously on Bruckner, which we can't give to Elspeth because she has perfect vigor and because she has regeneration already. I guess has no choice but to go on to one of the Angies. It's too bad that only Elspeth can hold these. I really think that they should be transferable to anybody you want, you know? But anyway, should be a fun fight. We got lots and lots of elves, and more importantly, an absolute ton of Deepwood Scouts, which A, have stock, B, have fire while moving, and we won't be able to hit them from afar. Not so much for the Glade Guard, though. Go.
By scythe and spirit, we will cut our foes asunder. It is time we ushered them over the threshold unto death.
Alrighty, here we go. It looks like while there are some desyncs in this particular battle, the battle is 99% the way it should be, so it looks like we will be okay here. The spell work doesn't quite land, but everything else is just fine, especially as we no longer need to really move this particular army. Now that we don't have the melee units in here that Bruckner was leading, and everything else is more or less range. Anyway, the enemy will take first blood, hitting our Outriders with an Arrow of Kurnos, and the Arrow of Kurnoses have really been buffed quite a bit, and I kind of can't wait to play Wood Elves again. I know, I'm sorry for even thinking such a thing, but just to try out an army with multiple units that can use Arrow of Kurnos at once, because that single cast took 19 units of Outriders, not even infantry units, which are close together, but Outriders, which is a pretty significant model loss for that cast and at the massive range that these guys have. I wonder what the cooldown on it is. Gonna have to double check it later. But anyway, for now, we're gonna head Elspeth into the fray while we take a very nice position over here. Not only do we have a hillside, elevated terrain, but also a sort of, I don't know, encampment here. Looks like Imperial camp, or Bretonnian camp. Not even a camp, little village, little walled village, that is going to function as impassable terrain to our flank, and frankly, we could just blob up here should we need to, and just use it as a choke point. Anyway, getting a little bit of fire support as Elspeth spots some Deepwood scouts out here, which get hit with a few rocket batteries coming over the hills, rockets and purple suns alike, mini purple suns, while Elspeth goes for the main enemy army. Now, unfortunately, when I played it, the enemy army was blobbed up here rather than where they are now, and it looks like in this replay they're moving towards us, but like I said, the spell work doesn't really matter all that much. We can still land our Spirit Leeches, and we can still land our Fates of Biuna, just that we can't land the Purple Suns in the replay. In the meantime, the enemy reinforcements are arriving in 10 seconds, but we've nearly positioned ourselves, and quite nicely at that. We've got the units of the purple amethyst, the Amethyst Ironsides out front. Behind them, we have the units that can fire over their heads, which is the Outriders, the 2 land ships, which will hopefully replace with Amethyst land ships, and the long rifles as well. It's quite a nice little lineup, and then of course behind them are absolutely massive artillery battery, which admittedly will be replaced by some stuff, but works quite nicely here. I'm almost tempted to even not bother replacing the Hellblaster volley guns with volley gun tanks, but I still think that Elspeth should have the best of the best, so that's why. Another Arrow of Kurnos comes in, but it hits the land ship, which is a bit of a waste, while the rest of our units begin firing. Looks like the Dryads are going to be the first to suffer here as the enemy army arrives onto the field within range of a lot of our artillery units. Not the range of our Ironsides, perhaps, but the Hellstorm rockets can fire into the blob. And this is going to get very, very ugly. There we go, and we have a really great position. Looks like the elves might have wanted to make use of this forest terrain, but I don't think that's going to fly. Another very nice hit from the purple Sunmaker. Doing some damage. Elspeth's taking a little bit of damage, down to about half HP, but she has regen and she has Death's Timekeeper as well, so we're not really worried about her. She's just flying around casting the occasional Spirit Leech and Fate of Biuna and Purple Sun, but we won't be seeing those hit here. Otherwise, once again, we're not really moving this army as there is no need to. They are holding nicely and firing into this blob. Oh, it looks like enemy Glade Lord has moved close enough to, what, get hit by the Ironsides? This is not a position you want to be in, sir. Oh, I think it was the organ guns that are firing at him, actually. Or not the organ guns, the the Hellblasters. I got too used to the organ guns from the Malachi campaign. Anyway, just like that, the Lord falls, and his units are still kind of milling around, slowly wandering their way towards us, but I think the big numbers are working against them. They don't really know what to do, and thus will keep getting hit with rocket fire. Ouch. Absolute ouch. Oh, and the addition of the suppression in combination with the monstrous impact, as well as a massive reduction in speed. I guess all the extra suppression is coming in from the Hellblaster volley guns after all, and we get to see them fire. Very nice. I love all those clouds of smoke. I've been meaning to get that smoke for the infantry mod, but I didn't want to get it so close to the update, as obviously that's dangerous. Anyway, as we can see, the enemy army is failing to draw close. A couple units just managed to wander into range of the Ironsides, but otherwise it's just absolute chaos here. Don't know how Laurelorn managed to hold off this long with tactics like this. Anyway, another cast comes in from Elspeth, and it looks like this one might actually clip a few units with that burning head. Too bad it can't set that forest on fire, but I guess we are trying to take the forest for ourselves to maximize our Imperial authority. Alright, and I think at this point this is sort of the malice problem, while the enemy is too blobbed up and doesn't really know what to do with the reinforcements. And by the looks of it, they'll be out of the picture sooner rather than later. Our rockets will continue firing, though the enemy is sort of managing to dodge at least some of our shots by using this hill for cover. It looks like we're still getting a decent amount of, decent amount of arc from our cannons and our Hellblasters and our Hawklanders, which are still able to sort of fire along the line of the hill. A couple more volleys and it looks like the main enemy host will be just about done. I also want to point out that at this point, I think all of these units were actually pretty much dead. Remember, Elspeth managed to cast a few hits with her purple suns and her burning heads, and thus a lot more of the enemy were dead here. Thus, at this point in the battle, the enemy army had completely broken, and we sent our Outriders and our land ships to run them down and make sure as few escaped as possible. And this is pretty much the only difference with this battle. Otherwise, it was just artillery causing absolute devastation to the enemy. Looks like by virtue of our Outriders charging, and hey, at least they can get some air on the enemy units. The enemy units will stop them in their tracks for a little bit, but by the looks of it, there is sufficient support coming in to drop the rest of the enemy units down and force the entire enemy army into a chain rout. Okay, they're not going to do it on cue, but they'll chain route in a second, especially with that big old volley coming in from everybody. There they go, just a few seconds too late. Alright, and with that, they book it on out of there. Massive amount of damage from our artillery, teensy bit of damage on the Outriders in the replay, and a little bit on Elspeth as well, but otherwise, we're just fine. Got to love the combination of Outriders and land ships, though. Love units that can fight, but also that can chase enemies down pretty effectively, and both Outriders and land ships alike are good at chasing down both blobs of units and single entities, which is quite valuable for us. And we're gonna get a few more shots from these guys into the enemies, as let's face it, we're not gonna be fighting Wood Elves a lot in this campaign, if ever again. I suppose there is potential for attacking the ones at Orion's camp if we feel like it, if we go down there. But otherwise, this will probably be the only time. Especially since we're not really allied with Angron. Anyway, apparently a close victory, but probably only due to ammunition expenditure, and just like that, Laurelorn burns. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter how much of your army is in stock when you have Elspeth spotting for you and you have so much artillery fire coming down that it simply destroys all your units. Anyway, just by hitting units beside you. Now, curiously, compare the Sunmaker Hellstorm rocket battery to the Purple Sunmaker and the regular, the Amethyst Hellstorm and the regular Hellstorm. 701 kills versus 300 and 200. Pretty big difference, and the damage, 43k, 21k, and 14k. Well, the Sunmaker was always a pretty ridiculous unit, but still damn. Elspeth got 1.2k kills and 110,000 damage, being able to fly around on that dragon, dropping spells where she pleases, is always very nice. And the ring, the whatchamacallit, this thing, the Doomfire ring has been coming in surprisingly handy, just because we can repeatedly cast those burning heads in addition to the damaging spells that she already has. Anyway, I guess we heal up to full, as we'll have to auto-resolve the rest of this. And Laurelorn is pretty much done. And I'm very curious whether this will take us to 100. Another Trickster Shard, very nice. Spirit Barrage charges depleted, they were indeed, and we did use those Spirit Barrages with the idea that all we need now is to complete the Gunnery School, which will be completed in 4 turns, 3 turns. Very close. Ooh, also upgrade that. And damn, that's expensive, but yeah, upgrade that anyway. Oh, it's expensive because we took off Council of Burgomeisters. Auto-resolve this, sorry Laurelorn, and occupy it. Which puts us up to 100. Yeah, interesting. And another Banner of Eternal Flame, which I think in this campaign we already have. Just because of the Fire Army and the Malachi campaign making me wonder. Diplomatic relations with the Wood Elves. I do find, I also, there was a comment that this was kind of funny that you get bonus relations with the Wood Elves for, you know, killing a bunch of Wood Elves. And I think there was another comment saying that, well, even the Elves are tired of the other Elves, which all of this is completely accurate and has 100% of my approval. Anyway, get fields is going to be a while before we grow the place. We don't particularly like these magical forests, though I do feel like some of the wizards like Elspeth might want to do some research there. Can't do the building. And, ooh, that also gave us the additional money because it gives us additional 10% income from all buildings and the mercenary replenishment rate, which we'll have to take a look at shortly. Anyway, what was I going to get? I guess we just go for Clothier. Or we could get the Control. Go for the Control. More control means more growth, means faster, whatever that Laurelorn building is. Nice. Very nice indeed. Let's keep going. We got another battle to find, after all. Hopefully more proper one. You head down to the Folly of Malefics. I sincerely doubt Malice will attack you. He's still building basic troops, unfortunately, but his faction is pretty much broken, so that was always going to be the case. Auto-resolve and occupy. And I guess, damn, I didn't check if we had enough movement to sack. Well, if you waste the turn, you waste the turn. Sack it? No, you're good. Hey, a Tormentor's Sword. Somebody did suggest we could put a Tormentor's Sword in the slowdown army as well, which is appropriate. If we can, we'll put 2 in there. 1 on each of our Witch Hunters, which will hopefully combine with the Net of Amantok for slowdown and just outright stop in goodness. You can keep on moving. I actually kind of wanted more of the Outriders in this army. Once again, it feels like too many heroes and not enough units, doesn't it? Granted, the Witch Hunters aren't really necessary in any manner, but we'll see how the army functions, and if the Witch Hunters are holding it back, we'll just add a couple more guns of the Horsular variety, as in Cav. Are you ready to move, or have you been ready for a while? Oh. Are these guys going to try to take the Silver Pinnacle? They don't. They really seem to want to avoid war with the Legion of Asgore, which is kind of curious. You'd think that they'd be, you know, jumping at the chance to fight them, but it's alright. We'll take care of it for them. And, ooh, I see Astrogoth is moving back. I wonder if he's going to start retaking territory from here. Might have to help against Astrogoth as well. The Korakadrin is actually at war with them, unlike the Legion of Asgore, so there's that. Carl. Okay, wait.
Imperial
damn it, I wanted to check this. We got 10 turns at 10. 10? Is it me or should it not be 10? Because we just got the 30% reduction, plus Carl has a reduction as well, does he not? Isn't 10 the max amount? Oh, actually, Carl only has the upkeep reduction for them. He doesn't have the reduction, but I could have sworn 10 was the max amount of turns. That's a lot of turns. I wanted more Carlberg Greatswords. At least the Stir River Patrol is up and running, which means we can get it in there soon. And the Knights of Morr are up and running as well, which means... Okay, no, I'm just going to rebuild this Ironside unit. We could probably rebuild the Silver Bolts as well. They're kind of bothering me in this army.
My inventions serve the
I need to figure out what else needs to go in here other than the Knights of Morr, which are right here. Alright. There was potential for, let's see, 6 of these guys and then 6 demigriffs led by the Royal Altdorf Griffites, which I don't count simply because they're going to be sort of Theodore's personal guard there. Assuming that we do put the other captain in, and there's no other really good captain. That's a tough one, which is fine. Fleet-footed.
Ready.
You go here.
Get training.
And... okay, so that's 20 out of 20, meaning to get the mage in here, we definitely need to lose one of the land ships. Like so. Alright, and the army is more or less complete, once again with a lot of heroes, and could use a warrior wizard as well, but I don't know. Maybe too many heroes again? It just feels like sometimes you want all the heroes, but anyway. Warrior priest, rather. What did I say? Did I say warrior wizard? I don't know what I said. Anyway.
With brilliance.
Anyway. Would they still be able to cast their abilities if the Winds of Magic weren't around, is the question. Is the real question. Anyway. And the answer is no. I'm wondering whether we should replace the 2 landships in this army with a couple of Pegasus Knights. But then these guys wouldn't be able to lead from the ground, sort of, as I kind of feel like we keep them on the war horses to lead the... to lead these guys. Is it me, or... I think they have demigryph mounts in SFO, which I guess is something I miss. Would be nice, but obviously all the heroes in SFO are really quite a bit more fleshed out, so that does make sense. Anyway, we'll hold on to this for now, as it is. Carl, you are waiting for 1 more turn, no, 2 more turns, so you could just recruit for yourself, though we do need another lord to replace all this. Andreas, you can keep being the recruiter lord, which means we'll need a separate lord to take the army, which means... Alberic here is rank 9, Helmut Feuerbach is rank 12, which ain't too bad. I wish I remembered what his battle skills were, though. I hope they're demigryphs, let's find out. Don't screw me on this. What do we have here? Honest Steel, demigryphs, beautiful. Alright, sir, you're leading this army. We'll also get you... Drill Instructor into leading the charge for more buffs, speed, and charge alike for the Cav. And I guess we'll want to get to Leader of Men ASAP as well. Alright, and those buffs will combine with the Empire Captain's buffs to give a massive amount of increase to the speed and charge bonus of the Cav, and funnily enough, this actually makes them faster than the land ships, which means the land ships wouldn't in theory be able to keep up. Which means perhaps they should be taken out in favor of the, in favor of the Pegasi. I'll think about it. We could always put the landships in another army. Carl, you're good. Everybody else other than you are good. You can keep moving for a turn. Then let's do techs. Well, ooh. Oh, that was the colonial factors that got completed?
Engineer.
Well, let's keep building. We could go back to Amethyst Armor. We need to send Elspeth somewhere. And... the rest of this I think we can ignore for now. I'm somewhat tempted by the Nordland Mariners. We don't have a halberd-based army, and halberds and guns are sort of the classic Imperial sort of thing. You know, let's complete Amethyst Armor now, because it's only 2 turns left, but, yeah. And we'll need to keep Ambassador to the Over-Tyrant, or keep looking at it, just because we will eventually want to be able to build... Hello, near it to Tier 5, Zufbar. Yes, okay, we'll need to build it shortly. Are you building your Tier 5 as well? You've completed it. Meaning...
Burdened with brilliance.
Allied okay, fine. Allied recruitment. Karazakarek. Thunderbarge. 51. It's buyable. As in, it's not so ludicrously expensive that it's impossible to afford. Beautiful. Karakadrin. You have it as well. 38. Oh, we can get 2 immediately. We're gonna get 2 immediately. Masters of Innovation, I just want to check the cost of the Thunderbarges. You don't have it yet, and Zufbar doesn't have it yet either. Northern Provinces, do you have Skyjunks? No, you do have the War Drums, which I'm tempted to put in a couple of other armies as well. And did I never build the outpost? Oh, it got destroyed, didn't it? Oh, and you do have Skyjunks available too. How much allegiance do we have? Oh, exciting times. We could put Skyjunks and Thunderbarges in the Admiral's army. Going to be beautiful if we can keep Hanyu Port. Man, Chiang is the only place where we can build a... Yeah, you got kind of destroyed. Oh no, he's gonna die. He's gonna die and he just got Skyjunks and the other factions don't have him. We need you to confederate Gelt. We need to save him and his Skyjunks. Gelt, minus 26. Come on, man. Why are you holding out on me, man? Hey, defensive alliance with Avalorn, sure. And trade agreement and military access and give us all your money. Do we need to have you declare war on anybody? Fine.
I will use my gifts.
And military alliance is nearly ready to go as well. Ironbrow, Court of Libaras. Yes, I know. Sorry about the additional admin. But we've got some interesting developments, let's face it. Alright, we're gonna start building an outpost at Chiang. They're not technically at war with the ogres, so maybe the ogres won't kill it off. Although these guys could just bypass Hanyu Port and go for it. Please, Jiao Ming, please be capable enough of holding off a single stack belonging to Lok here. Outpost at Chiang. We only needed level 1. Oh! Actually, I didn't realize they have Fuheng. They won't have it for long. They have no army there, and it's besieged. Okay. I really want to start fighting down here, as I think it'll be real fun. So I'm really hoping that Gelti is good to go. Plus, we can build Luminarchs in Gelt's army as he buffs them with additional core. Oh wait, or was that SFO? I never know.
Guardian.
In SFO, I know he buffs tanks and he buffs Luminarchs, but I don't know whether he does the same. I imagine that he does the same here, or at least I hope so. Anyway, it looks like we got a little bit more building, and then end turning to do. Wait. There was a rebellion somewhere, but I know... No, you know what we need to prioritize doing? We need to get a new lord up here, just temporarily. Say you, Theoderic. And you are going to Allied Recruitment, Karazakarek, Thunderbarge 1, and Karakadrin, Thunderbarge 2. Why is Karakadrin so much cheaper? I don't know. It frankly shouldn't be, because we have territory that's at war with nearby enemies in the form of the Exiles of Khorne, but the game is apparently completely ignoring that. I'm just kind of curious. I'm not entirely sure why. And I take it we can't now order you to, because we don't have the allegiance anymore. We can't tell them to attack Gronti Mengol, so they might just leave it alone and allow Khorne to reclaim a bunch of territories. Also, was the rebellion here? I think, it was rebellion here, potentially. Everything else is fine, which means we can end the turn and maybe get a fight. Skip. I'm so excited about the Thunder Barges. And Skyjunks if we can pull it off. Did I do I didn't do building, did I? I'll do building next turn. We can't be doing building every turn. We're doing recruiting. That's more important right now, especially now that the Empire is safe. It's going to take a long time to travel towards territories, so... yeah, although these three, at least, are having plenty of fights. Peace treaty, no. Hopefully Malice stays there, as the Fire Army has not fought him yet. If they can reach him. No, they can't reach him. Oh, Kygast is here. Well, I guess, Eben, you're going after Malice again after he embarrassed himself. Oh, there's basically nothing at the Fetid Catacombs. What is this? The ties that bind. Attack enemies of the Golden Order. Yeah, sure. Oh, speaking of the Golden Order, come on, Confederate. No, damn. No dice. There's the tiny little rebellion, but we can do a military crackdown and destroy it. Close victory. This better not destroy our war wagons secretly. Don't you do it, Otters. Okay, it's not. They're not red right now. Yeah, they're not red.
No mercy.
Yep, it did it. That's annoying. That's really annoying. They were high rank. I suspected that it would happen because it lies about it, but oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Wait, this was the end of the turn, right? Yeah, this was the end of the turn. You know what? I'm gonna reload just so that that doesn't happen, because let's face it, that was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous. And I'll just fight this manually. Unfortunately, that means that, assuming that this battle worked out nicely, I'm gonna have to call the episode here. It's not like there's really anything else that we need to fight this turn. I'll do the buildings between the episodes, such that we can immediately end the turn and then proceed to hunting down Sigvald and Valkia here, and then moving more armies out. Next time, though, it looks like we have nearly arrived with our flagellant army, and it will begin attacking the enemies in the Darklands, and followed shortly by the slow the heck down and pay attention army as well. Plus, the army of Bruckner is basically ready to go. In fact, it's completely ready to go, and we'll send it southward into the lands of the dead, see what we have to fight here. Scarby is still alive after all, and I guess assuming that this is still fine, Elspeth is probably going to go here and start attacking the Dark Elves. I know we still haven't done anything about Wolfheart down there, but well, not a big deal. Not a big deal. Still several different types of armies I really want to try out, and we will continue doing so, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below, especially to Threshold. Sorry about all the admin for those that don't enjoy it, but I promise we'll have some big, epic fights next time. So, stay tuned. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.